Hello, in this video we're going to be looking at creating and editing A/B lines. We're going to look at how we create A/B lines in the software, create an offset, how to label A/B lines, and then how to export them to a monitor. Okay, so we want to start looking at the management of our A/B lines, and we have move fields. We're now in corner field, and there is an A/B line in the field here. The first thing that I would have a look at is the name of the A/B line. What is really helpful is actually trying to name it so it has relevance to the part of the field that you're in. And if we're changing A/B lines between monitors and between operators, then they want to have a clear understanding as to what that A/B line is and where it is. So what we're going to do is edit the layer to start off with, and we're going to highlight the A/B line, right mouse click and go properties. And rather than calling it A/B line, I'm going to describe it as 4 meters in from left hedge. You can describe it however you like, as long as it means something to you and your team. That's all that matters. So I will click OK and I will click save and close, and so we now have the 4 meters in from left hedge description for that A/B line. So the next thing that we may want to do is to create an offset from this A/B line, and so again we'll go into edit layer, we'll highlight the A/B line, right mouse click and then click create offset. So if we start to look at we're wanting it 8 meters in from the left hedge, what we want to do is net offset is 4 meters, and we want to go to the right hand side of the A/B line because it is relative from the point A to P, and so we'll click OK, and then there we go, we have our next A/B line. We click save and close, and we have the name there of 4 meters in from left hedge, and then the next one is 8 meters in from the left hedge. So straight away we know where our A/B lines are, and we're happy with that, and these will be able to be exported out to the monitor. Right here, the next thing that we may want to do is to create some A/B lines in our field. May not be quite appropriate for the field that we're looking at here, but let's just look at the example of how we we add A/B lines. So as normal, we'll go into the edit layer feature, and then it's the button here, our line tool, that we need to look at now. And so we have the choice of creating a curved guidance line, a straight, or an A+ guidance line. So if we look at curved, which is the first one, that's what we'll do, and just imagine that there's a curve here that we want to create an A/B line around. So I'll place my cursor in the start point, and then I will create, if I've certainly got something to work alongside, it makes it a lot easier, and I get to the end and I'll click finish. And so now that is the contour line, and I will put curve on right hedge. So we've got a better description other than just the contour line. So we'll save and close that, and then the red one is now the curve on the right hedge that we need to follow, and go from there. Right, the next one is the A+ line. So we'll go back into edit our layer, move down and create a heading. We'll put the cursor in the place that we want to go, and now what we need to do is put in the degrees offset or the angle that we want the A/B line to come from in relation to degrees north. So I want to put it 45 degrees. So we put 45 if I could spell correctly, it would be a whole load easier. 45 degrees off north. So I click OK, and the one thing that we notice now is that the A/B line goes way outside our field boundary, which actually isn't a lot of use. So what we have to do is use the cut line tool, which is the one with a pair of scissors on it. So we'll select that, and then we just cut the line wherever we want to. Left mouse click, come off the mouse and then click it on the other side of the line, right mouse click and go finish. And what it's done is just cut the AB line that we had to start with, and it's now created an AB line here and then an EB line for the rest of the line. Click the select tool, highlight the part of the line that we don't want, right mouse click, click delete, and then we are back now just to the AB line that is 45 degrees from north. So we are able to create an AB line in whichever way we want it to be within our field. And so that's how we're able to create and edit our AB lines. What we now want to do though is export these AB lines out to our monitor. So what we will do is we'll click Write Job Data, and we can send it out to a Pro 700 screen if we want to. And then in the resource list, what we'll do is we're not going to tick them all, we're just going to go to Barton Farms and then Cornerfield. Our inputs, yeah, we've got our inputs from previously, and then our options, export field boundaries and guidance lines. This is a default, so we don't have to worry about it. It's more a case of if we don't want guidance lines or boundaries to go out, that's more important than not. So it is set as a default. We click OK, and then we'll find a file location which will probably be on our desktop, and click OK. And the boundaries and guidance lines are exported. Just notice that we've got no jobs exported there. The reason for that is this isn't a job. All it is just an AB line and some boundaries. A job is like a fertilizer application or a drilling job or something like that, rather than an AB line. So if you see that, don't be too alarmed by it. Click OK, and then we can come out of it, and then we are ready to carry on the rest of our work.